Are we live? Let me just double check if we are live. And if we are live, we should be receiving stuff pretty soon. Just double checking. Make sure everything is working. Alright, starting. Alright, so I think we're live. And I'm hoping that we're live. And hopefully you guys are there, are able to hear me with no problem, are able to see me as well. And right now we are good to go, I guess, right? This is awesome. Awesome. Okay, so this is the second episode of the server room. Hopefully I could do this every Saturday during the same time, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And for this video, it's all about Windows Server 2016. I was about to say 2017. At the bottom of the video of this live stream, there's a link that's going to take you to my PowerPoint slide. And I converted it into a PDF with the notes, so you guys could take notes and follow. And for those individuals that are subscribers, thank you for tuning in. For those individuals that want to stay tuned for the latest and greatest when the server room is up and running, make sure that you follow me at Twitter, BJ Tech News, or Facebook, or my YouTube channel. Just make sure you follow me, because if anything happens to me on the Saturday a Saturday that I can't make it, most likely I would tweet it out and share that content to you guys and let you know that I might have to postpone or cancel or whatever. Okay, so I am going to disable the lower third, disable me, and we're going to get into the presentation. Yes, I am doing a PowerPoint, and we're going to do an F5 to full stream it, okay? And I have my little notes right here. So, first slide is Windows Server 2016, right? Okay, so there's two types of Server 2016 edition. You have Data Center and you got Standard. Data Center and Standard it really is up to you and what you wanted to implement within your infrastructure. I can't really tell you, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to do Standard. Okay, Standard is better than Data Center. No, Data Center is better than Standard, but it all depends on your budget. If you don't have the IT budget to purchase a Data Center license for your upgrade, most likely you could go into Standard. Now, what's the difference between both of them? Now, they both have core functionality, and what does that mean? They're both capable of installing roles and features such as Active Directory, DNS, DHCP, file server, gateway, WDS, WSUS. Both of these editions are capable of handling that. Now, this is where it gets a little different. Standard only allows you to have 2 Hyper-V containers, okay? Data Center allows you to get unlimited Hyper-V containers. Now, with the unlimited Hyper-V containers, this means you're going to pay a little bit more getting that Data Center license. Okay? Now, if you don't know what containers are, I got my notes right here. Containers is an isolated place where an application can run without touching the resources, such as memory, disk, network on the host. Okay? The next thing that's different is unlimited containers. Both of them have it. Okay, and that's what a container is an isolated place where you could have an application run without using the resources of your host, your hardware. Okay, the next thing that's the same is the host guardian services. Now, this is basically, it provides certificates and protection services that enable Hyper-V to run within your VMs. Now, this is a cool thing within 2016. Both of them are capable of handling Nano Server options, which is awesome. I think later on throughout the server room show, I will be doing and I'll be touching all these little subjects. And this is when it gets extremely different, okay? Where the standard of Server 2016, it stops right here. Everything else is different. This is the extra stuff that you're paying for data center. You're going to get storage space direct. You're going to get storage replica. You're going to get shielded VMs. So that's the only things that you're going to get different. And the last thing is advanced network stack. Okay, so within data center, you're getting a lot of cool things. And again, it's just going to cost more money. I know, right? Who's it? Hi, howdy. Locked and loaded and ready. Awesome. Welcome, guys. So the next slide, installation requirements. Now, the installation requirements for Server 2016 is somewhat the same as the previous servers that we IT admins have used, like Server 2012, R2, Server 2008. So one of the requirements is you have to at least have a 1.4 gigahertz 64-bit processor that supports the following: NX, DEP, CMPX, CHG16B, and all this other crap that we IT people really know, but we make sure when we purchase our hardware, it supports Hyper-V or Intel, Intel V or AMD V, I think it's called. You guys will probably correct me on the chat. The next thing that you need to do is SLAT, which is Second Language Address Translation. Now, SLAT is basically the module within the processor that allows us to house our Hyper-V or virtual machines within the hardware. Okay, I'm just gonna turn my page right here because I want to stay in track with you guys. Okay, now SLAT supports two versions. You have EPT or NPT. Now, EPT is basically extended page table, and NPT is nested page table. Now, I'm not going to go into too much with these two versions because I'm going to do a write-up and post it up at the blog site so you guys could just look into these two versions. But it's just very complicated, and I want to get into the installation part. Server core. Now, if you're installing server core within your Server 2016, remember you got the server core, which is what Windows is trying to push out to us admin, and you have the GUI form. Now, server core needs at least 512 megabytes to install correctly, and the installation needs 800. So what does this mean? When you start the installation of Server 2016 core, you have to at least have 800 megabytes of memory. Most likely, a lot of us are not going to have a machine that has 800 megabytes. You're going to have 16, 32, 64. So you should be okay, right? But the core requirement to install server core correctly with no issues is 800 megabytes. Then you can reduce it down to 512 because server core is capable of handling 512 and running with no problem. This is not really a problem because if you are purchasing a server, you're probably purchasing with like 64 or 128 gigs of memory, right? Now, for the server GUI, or the user interface, or whatever you want to call it, this needs at least 2 gigs of ECC type RAM for it to completely install correctly. You shouldn't have any problems. You have to at least have 32 gigs of hard drive space. A lot of us admins like to have multiple hard drives, and we probably go inside the BIOS to do a RAID configuration. I like to do is slot 0. I install the operating system, and then slot 1 through whatever amount of slots that I have on the server. I would create a RAID 5, depending my IT budget, if I have enough money to purchase hard drives. If I do have a lot of money and I'm able to purchase and fill all the slots within the hard drive within the server with hard drives, I would do a RAID 10. But a lot of you might have different choices, but it really depends on your infrastructure. But you need at least 32 gigs to install Server 2016 within your hardware. Okay, next slide. Oh, and you also need to get a gigabit Ethernet NIC card, right? A network card. A lot of us admins normally have, well, if you purchase a server, like let's say out of the blue, a PowerEdge 720 or whatever is out right now, you're gonna have a 2 built-in Ethernet cards. And myself, I like to purchase a PCIe network card to have 4 additional ones, and I could probably do team nicking on that. It's really up to you. And make sure that your network card supports Pixie, because this will help you out if you are installing Hyper-V or creating a ESXi server for that hardware. Okay. Installation options. There's 3 major installation types, and we're going to go over it right now with these slides, but I'm going to show you guys once we get into the demo of the video. So one is Server Core, which is what Microsoft is trying to push out. This is what they want us to install default, right? When you start the installation of Server 2016, they want you to push this out. Okay, so Server Core is a small footprint headless operating system, and it removes the desktop UI. So that means you have to know a lot of PowerShell and a lot of commandlets to get everything up and running. Pretty soon during the server room show, I don't know what episode, but we will do Server Core installation and go over all the commands, how to get yourself up and running in network and renaming it and adding it to a domain and all that good stuff. But the Server Core includes only limited graphical tools like Task Manager and PowerShell. Very heavy with PowerShell. Okay, it used long-term service branch servicing model. And the second one is the Nano Server. So let me just follow my notes because I'm like going like real fast, right? So the Nano Server is a very, very small footprint headless operating system. Is another small footprint, but this one is extremely small. The Nano Server is ideal for compatible services, containers, and microservices. It's designed for total remote management with PowerShell, server management, or remote MMC. So this basically means once you install the Nano Server, you don't really have like you have to enable remote services, like install the remote management within your Windows operating system so you can control the Nano Server. Again, I'm going to be doing that later on. And the last one, it requires software insurance and current branch for business servicing model. Okay, next slide. Now, the last type is the server with desktop experience. This is what us IT admins are so used to seeing. The nice user graphical interface. Now, it gives you a traditional graphical user interface, which icons, you got the start menu, the taskbar, and you can create shortcuts and all that good stuff, right? It makes it super simple for us to continue working the way that we're so used to with Server 2012. Even though Server 2012, you're able to install Core, right? It's intended for legacy applications and remote desktop services. And last but not least, this one used a long-term service branch servicing model, okay? And we are going to get into our VMware or VMware ESXi. I got running version 6 right now. We're using our Think Server TD340. Thank you, Lenovo, for hooking us up. And we're going to start. So I'm going to right-click on my node. I'm going to do a new virtual machine with you guys, and it's going to load up. We're going to do a typical one, and we're going to let's call this BJ. All right, Win 16, because that's what it is, right? And I'm going to store it in data store A. And the operating system that we're going to pick is Windows Server 2016 64-bit. That is our poison. And we're going to click next on that. I am going to put it in the internal because I'm keeping everything internal. And I'm going to bump it up. Let's give it 200 gigabytes. 200 gigabytes. Awesome. And I am going to do... Now, this is really up to you, okay? I normally do this, but a lot of you guys might like doing this, the lazy 0 or the eagle 0. I like to use this one for some reason. So I'm going to click on next, and we're going to finish. Awesome. So it created. I'm going to right click on this guy and open the console because we need to mount our virtual machine. So we are going into edit settings. Awesome. And go to the CD, go into the ISO. I dropped it here, And it's right. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Right here. Now this guy is actually 5 gigs. The ISO is really big. It's a big installation file. So we're gonna press OK, and we don't want it to connect at power, and OK. Awesome. So we are going to wait. It's completed, and we're gonna power this guy on. And a lot of you might, are in the process of updating your server 2012 R2 to maybe 2016. For me, I have a couple of machines in my day-to-day 9-to-5 job that I'm close to upgrading to server 2016. So I'm testing everything out to make sure server 2016 is what we need within our infrastructure. Okay, a lot of us might not go with the server 2016 because it's not within our budget yet. We haven't budgeted into this year. So you're probably going to stay with your server 2012 R2. So from here, we are going to click on next. Now, when you're installing a server, any type of server, 2012, 2008, 2016, within a virtual environment, it's super easy. But if you're installing it within a HP or a Dell server, there's a good chance that ISO that you probably burned or you did a pixie boot to it won't recognize the hard drives within your server. And the reason why is because the ISO only has like generic storage drivers, and if your server is really special and it is, you can't, the installation cannot locate the drivers for your hard drive, what you have to do is the following. I'm going to show you guys. So I'm going to hit install, and it's going to starting the setup. A lot of us have seen this beautiful setup is starting, and eventually, if everything goes well, we're going to get this. I should have upgraded my memory, right? So for us, what we're going to do within our lab, or what we're creating together as a family, we're going to push out data center. And I'm going to push out the desktop experience for now. I think later on during the show, I will be pushing out the data center with core, so you guys can take a closer look and see how that stuff feels, and do PowerShell stuff, because I love PowerShell. And we're going to click on next. And once you click on next, you're going to get the nice little license and terms. Let's accept that. Click on next. And you get 2 options. You could either upgrade or you do a custom installation. Now, if this is a brand new server, you're going to do a custom install. If this is a upgrade, for example, Windows Server 2012 R2 machine that you're upgrading it, this is what you're going to pick, because you want all the Windows settings and applications to stay put. You're just upgrading the operating system. Sometimes this is doesn't hardly work. So I do recommend, if you are upgrading your Server 2012 machine or 2012 R2, make sure you have a clean backup. Please, I cannot stress that enough. Please make a backup of your server before you do anything, okay? For us, we are going to do a custom install. Now, if this was a real machine, there's a 50-50 chance that this will not be here. It's going to give me an error, and it's going to say, oh, no hard drive found, and blah, 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 drivers not loaded. So this is where you go inside load driver, and you browse, and you locate them. Now, the way I normally take care of this is I go into the vendor. For me, I'm a Dell shop. So I go to the Dell site. I look for the SATA or SAS drivers. I download them into a flash drive. I insert that flash drive within the server. And that flash drive would be here. I locate it. It scans it. It finds the INF files. I think it's the INF files for the drivers. I'm able to click on it, installs it, and it allows me to continue to install the operating system, okay? But for a virtual environment, it's super simple. From here, you're able to create a new partition. It's really up to you. I'm going to use the entire 200 gigs, but if you click on new, you're able to create a secondary partition. But I'm going to cancel that, okay? We're going to click on next for that. Awesome. And right now it's copying all the Windows files. Once it copies all the files, I think I did a boo-boo. And the reason that I did a boo-boo is because, press OK on that. I forgot to upgrade the CPU and the memory. This right here is the default, but I should have gave it more oomph, right? All right, so we're going to answer some questions. I got a couple of people right now. I'm a one-man show right now. Hey, Fred, howdy back. Hi, everyone. Awesome. Oh, I love you too. Is this going to be recorded so we can? Yes. Every episode, every Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, they're being recorded. They're live right now. They're being recorded. It's unedited, so you're gonna get all the non-English speaking of that I can't do correctly. You're gonna get that. So it's unedited. It's raw. I try to provide all the materials like the PowerPoint, the slides, the notes underneath of the live stream, so you guys can have that. But yeah, awesome. So good info and dumbed down for me. No, nothing's dumbed down. It's just you just have to take time, and it's there. This stuff is super simple. It's not really dumbed down. Eventually, we're gonna get more advanced. And I'm going to try to hold everyone's hand for those individuals that haven't experienced the Server 2016 stuff yet. I'm going to hold your hands because I'm experiencing it myself. Again, I am upgrading, I would say 25% of my servers that I have within my infrastructure, my day-to-day job, I am planning to upgrade to Server 2016. So this is actually helping me as much as it's helping you. So if you guys have any feedback or any pros or cons or good practice, hey, shoot me a comment, chat with me, let me know. Say, hey, Bernardo, you're doing it wrong. I'm here to learn too. We're here to learn together, right? Why VMware and not Hyper-V? Okay, so that's a good question. And the reason I like using both of them, I have a good mixture within my infrastructure to do Hyper-V and VMware. And I'm not sponsored from either of them. VMware doesn't sponsor the channel, or Hyper-V, or Microsoft doesn't sponsor the channel. I use whatever is available. All right. I love both services. At my day-to-day job, I have a mixture of both. They work fine with no problem. But for me, I like to lean over VMware more because some of the servers that I have like a flash drive. I install the operating system there because it's such a small footprint into a flash drive. And then I have all the hard drive bays into a RAID and just use that. So that's the way I like to use it. Hyper-V is cool, but I don't know. I lean towards VMware for some reason. I miss VMware client. I know. What else? I'm just chatting with you guys. It's installing is 83%. A lot of you have seen this. This is one of those things that you probably go get lunch when you're at your job, or you're biting your nails because you want the installation to go successful, because probably the upgrade that you're doing is a production server. Trust me, I've been there. I started the installation. I shot an email to everyone and say, hey, we're doing a major upgrade at this time. And if any complications, blah, 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 we contact you. And I'm over here biting my nails because I want everything to go smooth. And, it's us IT guys where we have that nervous gene. Make a backup and test it. Yes, good point. This is true. Again, I'll stress it again. Make a backup of anything that you're doing, okay? If you're upgrading a production server, right? A physical hard drive. A physical server. If you're upgrading a physical server, right? Hardware. Make sure you do a backup. I don't care what you use, whatever software you use, make a full, complete backup and test the backup. Okay? Make sure that backup is working, because it will suck if you do a complete full backup and you're jumping up with joy and something happens and you're trying to recover from that backup and the backup is corrupted or is not working. It's a lot of OT, a lot of pulling your hair out, and a lot of gray hair at the end of the day, because it's very stressful. So again, I do agree with you. Make the backup, test it out, make sure it's clean, make sure that you're able to back up from it with no problems. What else? I'm starting to like this guy already. I appreciate that you guys like me. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, are you going to install MDT on this server also, or do you choose SCCM? Okay, cool. That is a good question. Now, the way that I'm doing this new web episode or show for you guys called the Server Room, this is episode 2. Episode 1 was last week. We did the introduction and the pilot. But the way that I'm building this show is me building my lab with you guys. So what does that consist? Me installing Windows Server 2016, giving you a history with the requirements, the additions, and all that other crap that we did together, right? Me installing Active Directory, configuring DHCP, configuring DNS, right? Adding machines within our domain controller, right? Eventually, we're going to move towards what? MDT, how to install MDT within our infrastructure. We're going to build a real live lab with a domain controller with DHCP pushing out IPs, a DNS, WDS, and eventually we're going to install SCCM from the ground up. We're going to integrate our MDT with SCCM. I'm going to do everything fresh. This is what the show is all about. I'm probably going to mix it up with you guys and do different things each show. Or if you guys shoot me like a question that's like really needs attention, I'll probably do it on the show. Okay? So right now we got customized settings. It wants us to do a password. So I'm going to click in here. And we're going to give it a password. And I recommend that you guys write down the password. Keep it safe, you know. Make sure that you share it with your other IT people. Put it into an Excel file. Make sure you lock the Excel file, because you never know. You probably leave the job and someone else needs to like administer this server. They need to have that admin password, right? So right now it's creating the local administrative account. It's really simple. And we're done. So what I'm going to do is let's log into the machine. Let's send a Control-Alt-Delete. We're going to log into this guy. And because I'm using VMware, I need to install the tools so everything could, work properly. Also, don't get me wrong. When you back up your physical server, your physical hardware, your Dell, your HP, whatever you're using, back that up too. But if you're doing a virtual machine, take a snapshot, okay? Take a snapshot. If you have a virtual machine that's production, take a snapshot of it. I like to do is shut down the virtual machine, then take a snapshot of it, because it kind of recovers a little quicker. And the snapshot is a little faster when you shut down the virtual machine. But take a snapshot and then push out the upgrade, and if anything goes wrong, you could just revert back to that snapshot, okay? How long have you been doing IT stuff? Okay, good question. So I've been doing IT since I was, I've been doing IT since I was maybe 16. I'm like 36 right now. So yeah, about 20 years I've been doing IT. And I love it. I love IT. Every day is something new. So I've been doing IT for almost 20 years. And we are in. So this is what you're going to get. This is very common. Even with hardware, you always get a service that takes its sweet time starting up. But don't worry, eventually it does start. But because I'm using VMware, I'm going to do is go to VM, guess, and we're going to install and upgrade the VM tools because you want to make sure that's up and running. Now, I'm doing everything internally, so because I'm using the ESXi, I like to right click and just create a resource pool. My resource pool is considered my folder. A lot. If you guys have seen a lot of my MDT folders, I am a huge folder maniac. I love folders for some reason to keep myself organized. The only way you could create a folder is if you actually have like vSphere, vCenter. But I don't have that not yet. So I'm going to create a resource pool, and which is considered my folder. I'm going to call it 10.10.10.10.0 because we want to drop you in there. Awesome. Cool. Because that's the IP address that we're going to start with this machine. I think it started. So let's get in here. And we're going to go this PC. Awesome. And we're going to install and run the program. Awesome. While that's doing its thing, I'm going to right click, open Network Sharing Center, because I'm going to do a little bit of IP stuff. And I'm going to right click here, go to properties. Okay, for IP, I'm going to give it the 10. Let's do 20. 255, it's okay. Default gateway, it's okay. This machine, we are going to install Active Directory later on the series. So I'm going to do 10, 20. And I'm just going to do 8.8. Again, this is a lab environment, so all that stuff is going to change. So we're going to press OK on that. OK. Cancel that. Awesome. So we're going to press next. Click on next. Install. So right now I'm just installing the VM tools for it to work properly with the mouse, because the mouse doesn't go away when I kind of push it. I have to do a Control-Alt-Delete to release it. But it looks like we're doing good. I'm super happy. I'm going to end the show right here. These shows are not going to be like an hour, 2 hours long. I try to keep everything super simple, super sweet, straight to the point. The whole purpose of this show, or episode 2, was all about introduction of Server 2016, installation requirements, the different type of editions, and getting a feel of the installation part. Right now we installed a data center for our environment, and this is the desktop experience one. This is the one that we've seen throughout all our years. The desktop, you got the nice little icon and all that good stuff. I think on the next episode we are going to be dealing with roles and features. We'll probably install Active Directory, DHCP, DNS, and all that good stuff. Then we might have to get into the server core. I want to show you guys how to configure the server core, because server core does have a GUI. It's not really like a cool interface. It's like really plain. So I want to show you guys all that stuff on the next episode. So for those individuals that were watching, thank you so much for the support. I'm going to end the episode right here. Again, make sure that you guys follow me at Twitter, at my Facebook, or subscribe to my channel to get the latest and greatest tips, tricks, and all that greatness. And I catch you guys on the next one. So if you guys anyone out there have any more questions before I end the show? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Anyone? Any more questions out there, guys? Anyone? I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes. Do you guys, anyone out there has any questions before I end the live stream with you guys? Any more questions? So right now I'm finished with the wizard. It's done. I'm gonna do the restart. It's gonna restart. Once it restarts, now I have a good control over the mouse. I don't have to do Control-Delete anymore, which I have to do it one more time, which is okay. But yeah, I'm excited. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the support, guys. I catch you guys next week, same time, same channel, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Again, the video is being recorded and it's going to be pushed out pretty soon, so if you guys could catch it. At the bottom of the live stream, there's a link that's going to take you to this guy right here, this power slide that I created. It's gonna have the notes, so you guys can take notes while you look over all this greatness. But again, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy, and I catch you guys on the next one. I love you all. Thank you for the support, and later. All right, so how you stop this thing? This is where you stop it? Yeah? All right. I think this is where you stop it. I think so. All right. Wait a minute. Did I stop it? God damn it. Did I stop it? Oh, wait. Oh. I'm freezing. Nah, I'm playing with you guys. Later.